What makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character are competing to be crowned Home of the Year. Tonight, the judges will visit 3 more unique homes, scoring each of them out of 10. The home with the highest score will go through to the final at the end of the series. Looking for functionality, individuality and clever design are design legend Hugh Wallace.
The standard in this competition so far is exceptional. I hope it continues.
Interior designer Deirdre Whelan.
Every time you think you've seen it all, you're surprised by another fantastic home.
And architect Declan O'Donnell.
Sometimes you leave a home and you've actually learned something. And for me as an architect, that's invaluable.
But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. Originally from Denmark, Gita Trench created this petite home in Wicklow after life completely changed for her and her husband.
I found it necessary to sell the home we had and downsize because my husband had to go into care. It's traumatic, it's difficult. I started to try and learn how to live without someone you care for, and I found the house helped me to do that. I could never have a Scandinavian style again. My life has changed and I've changed. The whole idea of having white walls and sun pouring in, like when I was young and we were happy together, I could never live that way again. You need the light and the shadows on dark walls in order to feel yourself a bit. To be honest, I had a budget. You buy a picture, then you compromise with buying everything else as second-hand, half price, a little extension of just 3 meters. It's all I could afford. And I created a little mezzanine upstairs for the art I like to do and for the grandkids to play up there. I use every bit of space in this house. Well, you can hardly not, it's so small. I've chosen this as my favorite spot because I wanted an internal lounge, and I painted it and wallpapered it and gilded it. I wanted people to go in there and say, "Jeepers, what's this?" You feel that the house almost embraces you when you come in from a cold night. You light a fire and you feel, well, maybe the future isn't so bad. Here I am. I can say I'm happy here. And I think I've made that.
The judges must now assess the home armed with only the basic facts about the property and its owner.
Nice little row of bungalows, but this one obviously stands out.
Look at this. Isn't this fantastic?
Ooh, very rich. I love the fact that you come straight from the hall, no door, and it just feels very open and welcoming.
And obviously they have an eye for style.
All of this is just all lush and plush. That wallpaper is like a linen gold. The collection of furniture is just quite extraordinary.
And despite the fact that there's quite a number of objects in the room, it doesn't feel cluttered.
And I think this wall is amazing because it's more like a screen. You can put your bits and bobs on it. It breaks up the room, but you can see through it as well. So very, very clever in terms of how they've broken this space up. Wow. Into the kitchen, they've obviously put an extension on as well. Quite dark. I mean, it's the first thing that's hitting me in terms of the materials, but it's very stylish.
And these lovely design elements like wallpaper that actually looks like copper plate.
The dark kitchen was really brave. The colour tones showed off the little brass details and really allowed them to pop.
Even the sockets are in bronze. It just reinforces that warmth and just sensational interior.
But I love the way the sink is, you know, it's in front of what was probably an old window. It lets the light in, it means you're connected to the rooms beyond, so full marks there. They've gone up and created a mezzanine level upstairs as well. It's very interesting use of space.
And I love the orange stairs. That mezzanine level is a lovely addition. What a great hideaway to do your hobbies.
Love the change in height that you have there with the angled roof. Obviously, you can back up to that mezzanine.
2 lovely areas, a nice dining space and then a lovely little seating area over there.
And lovely connection to the garden, I have to say, with the 3 sets of double doors.
And what I love about this room is the fact that there are double doors, not a big sliding door. Because I think it's so much more in keeping with the tone of this house.
I like the extension because although it is open plan, you still have individual pockets that are nicely arranged. So there's lots of little moments in this house, which is great.
I just love the way this owner understands texture and colour so well. So this could be grey wallpaper, but it isn't. It's grey wallpaper with a white in it. The wallpaper just feels as if you could put your hand into it and go through the walls. And I love that.
Ooh, look at that. Oh my God, this is amazing. Talk about escapism. Fantastic.
There's just an explosion of colour when you come in here, and I see it's their favourite spot, so it's extraordinary because it's all about their personality, which they've kind of let loose here. It's everywhere. The ceiling as well is really interesting.
You can actually see the brush strokes in that ceiling. And who went up and did that? I just love that. I'd say the owner did that.
And I love the fact that the things we've seen before with the wall lights, the Art Deco style and their love of art and furniture is in here as well. But I have one issue now in here is that this is an internal room, and for me this has to be integrated somehow into the house just to improve the flow and make it feel a bit brighter.
No, I disagree. I think they purposely went for this internal room to keep it really special.
I totally agree, Deirdre. I don't know what you're talking about, Declan. I have a lovely big double door here, which is getting lots of light into this space. Declan always wants windows, roof lights, big doors, sliding doors. What I love about this room is it's self-contained and indulgent, totally different and beautiful in terms of the finishes, the textures and the colours. I'd have to say I'm actually envious of this person's talent and skill.
There's such a lovely atmosphere in here, and I think the lighting is just spot on. To think that we're in a bungalow.
Time now for the home to be marked out of 10. One score will be held back until the judges have seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
I love the bravery and fun of the homeowner here. There is an individuality to each room and a refined, timeless quality, and I think that is terrific. I give this home an 8.
The owner has a real understanding of how to assemble and style a room and how to create a lovely atmosphere. What a unique home. I'm going to give it a 9.
Arriving up to this home, you have no idea of the Aladdin's cave that lies behind its exterior. The owner's understanding of fabrics, texture and colour is truly exceptional.
After 12 years of city living in Dublin, John and Sinead Moriarty decided to return to their native Kerry and turned a coastal bungalow into a bright home for them and their 2 daughters.
From an environment to raise 2 little girls, we thought, this is where we want to be. It's idyllic. Country living.
I couldn't imagine the children running around and having as much freedom up there as they do down here, with the watchful eye of mummy out the windows.
It was very important to have a house where the aspect of it would give you that dawn to dusk kind of view, maximising the natural light and the solar gain coming into the front of the house. And in the northern aspect then we put in the floor-to-ceiling windows and patio so that we'll be able to sit and watch the sunset.
And hailstones even in the winter, crashing off the windows, and to be sitting in here looking out at it is heaven.
And I'd also be checking to see are the gates still on their hinges after a force 9. That wouldn't be very...
This is my favourite spot. It's the helm of the ship that I run. I can look out the front window at the mountains or look out the back and see the waves. And I find that very, very relaxing.
We were lucky that the joiner and the architect shared a vision that we had with regards to, you know, the soft lines and the curves, incorporating that nautical theme, and we love it.
I couldn't imagine being anywhere else. I'm finally home.
What a fantastic view. Imagine waking up to that.
Mountains and beaches.
And sunshine.
Yeah. Right in the middle of it then we have a very cute little bungalow.
Pretty amazing, you know, you're actually surrounded by sea.
That timber and the white and blue, great.
Oh, what a nice way of entering the house, isn't it? Coming in through that glazed porch, and then you've got the doors and screen leading into another room, allowing lots of light in here. It feels very fresh.
In hallways, the use of glass doors is very, very clever. So it makes spaces feel so much more open and pulls all the light in.
Great little window seat.
Yeah.
Ah, gosh, this is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one big space now.
Yeah.
It looks like an extension. Huge, big windows. I don't like doing dishes, but if I was going to do them anywhere, I'd probably do it there. I think that window by the sink is awesome.
Declan doing dishes? You must be joking. I love the idea of coming into the kitchen because it's that sense of Irishness, you know, welcome to my home, and the warmth that you get when you come in here, quite spectacular. Now, there are some really nice details in this kitchen, nice contrast in colours.
And they don't have any overhead storage. They've kept them to just above shoulder height. But what makes it interesting then is that you can have that space for your nice objects, your plants, and it just personalises the kitchen a bit more.
It's more like a piece of furniture. I think what allows that to happen actually is the island, because it's a kind of a figure of 8, which is kind of wavy. There's tons of storage in it, which is why, you know, they can get away without putting the high-level stuff up. And again, beautifully detailed as well, because they have that piece of oak down at the bottom.
And their favourite spot? I mean, wouldn't this be nice now to sit here? Will I go for a walk? Or right there, will I go for a swim? Seriously?
We'll go for a swim.
It's quite peaceful now, but I'd say this is mayhem.
Yeah, it's the heart of the home.
Yeah. And we're in the dining part of this room. I think it could do with a rug and a little bit more colour. It feels a little bit grey.
But we're getting into the personality of the owners here. You know, it's not a dark kind of bungalow. It's much more modern, much more crisp, and you can see that in the furniture.
Yeah, I think that's very interesting, that this is a very fresh, open, airy bungalow. An awful lot of times when people think of bungalows, they think of long corridors and rooms off it. And that isn't what this home is about. It's about that lovely big open space between the kitchen and the dining and the living room, and then out to the terrace.
Interestingly enough, no curtains. It's obviously very private here, so there's no need for it. And therefore, it allows you to enjoy that full view here.
Yeah, my only comment here is that I see the doors open kind of this way. I kind of would prefer them to open from here, because I think it improves access out into, you know, the really nice garden that they have, and get rid of all this in the corner. It's all there, so I think they can make more of it here. For me, I always want that little bit more, and an opening there just means the whole corner can disappear.
Lovely big sliding door.
Yeah, it's actually more of a sliding wall, isn't it? You know, it goes right the way back, which means this can be a separate room if you want it to be, or you can open it up and it becomes part of the open plan space. Love it.
There's fantastic features in this home that work for a family. Open plan living. And yet, if the kids are driving you batty, you can pull across that sliding door and they can go into the TV room.
The shape of this wall is actually very interesting because it's curved, kind of bends around the corner here. It means you can put a glass door in, loads of light coming from the hallway. Otherwise, this would just be a dead space. So I think that's very clever.
And fantastic seat. I mean, look at this for an amazing couch. Huh?
Do you reckon it pops as well?
Oh,
Definitely.
The Joey chair? Oh, no way.
Isn't that great? Isn't this just, look at that.
That's you done for the day, isn't it? Great, bright staircase.
Oh, look, that's gorgeous, isn't it?
It's like a little observatory.
It's just like drawing you into that view of the sea and the mountains.
I love little spaces like this when you can carve them out in what's otherwise a hallway. They found this little nook, they've used it, and it's just very, very clever.
And here we are in the master bedroom.
It's a fantastic big size room. I just think it's missing a layer, actually. It could do with a little bit more colour. In fact, a bit of artwork.
I like the colour scheme and the fact that it's just quite simple, because at night time it must be lovely and moody.
You can't really underestimate what colour can do to a room, and it's actually such an easy thing to do.
Really nice family bathroom with the really big roof lights. This is just a bathroom to spend some time in, I think.
Well, can you imagine looking up through that window at the sky? I mean, I could sit in there for hours. I'd be looking for my glass of wine, actually.
Well, I'll bring it up and move in with you.
What an amazing place to live, surrounded by sea and mountains. For me, I'd like to have seen some more texture and colour in some parts of the home. Overall, though, a warm and welcoming home. I'm going to give it a 7.
I love the sense of arrival and that connection out to the external terrace. And the owner's choice of the finishes to the bathroom and the kitchen and the simple colour palette has created a great family home. And I'm giving it an 8.
This home was a breath of fresh air because it was bright, modern and crisp. Layout, function and orientation, it was all here for me. And I love that big sliding wall. This is a great house set in an amazing landscape, which gives this home a very nice sense of place.
In 2011, Claire Marshall and her husband Patrick dreamt up this grand design in County Down for their family to call home.
We moved house 9 times in the last 19 years. And when we saw this site, Patrick and I walked around the garden, couldn't believe what a beautiful garden, and a decision made to build a house, our dream home, a Georgian-style house, and just putting a modern spin on it. Mixing old and new is lovely, and that's what I love. It's lovely to have these mega high ceilings that they would have had in the Georgian days, but you've got your brilliant underfloor heating and your wonderful insulation, narrowing windows, putting in our modern art, throwing in beautiful tall doors and putting in a beautiful modern kitchen. I love this spot because I get to see everything that goes on in the house, where the kids are obviously making a mess. And also, I've got my beautiful view of the garden that changes from season to season. I love this piece of furniture, and it reminds me of my granny. It was in her hall, and I was obviously a little girl, and we've then added our things onto it. Just little things that are, you know, important. Memories, I suppose. I do pinch myself because there is such serenity in this house, and we have got quite a chaotic life. So cute, isn't it? It just feels so modern, but quite often people would say, "How old's your house?" which is a big compliment.
And there's a bit of Georgian revival alive and well here.
My goodness, huh?
It's a new build. You wouldn't think to look at it. Looks like it's been here for 100 years.
A nouveau classic. I just love it.
And I love the fact that they've got a rug in the porch, so it feels really welcoming. Oh my goodness. Oh, it is grand, isn't it?
Wow.
I don't know whether I was expecting this height and sheer space. Beautiful timber flooring.
Proportions here are terrific. That beautiful flattened arch and those lovely high doors.
It's something else. It shows absolute commitment to what they were trying to do here, which is really impressive. I mean, even like the recessed arch with the bust in it.
Oh, this is decadent, isn't it?
Lovely cornice detail, which is quite heavy, and those amazing window boxes with the shutters. I loved that. I'm absolutely blown away.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of really nice objects everywhere. It's just so intriguing. You just want to explore.
The personality of the homeowners coming out here, and really their eye for design.
I like how the symmetry and the architecture is actually carried through to the interior design here, because there's not one urn in the window, there's 2. The fireplace right in front of you. In the middle, you've got formal arrangement with the sofas facing each other, bookcase over there. So I think they've done that really well here. The owner has managed to fill these large spaces and made them feel warm and cozy and comfortable. That's a skill in itself.
The backdrop here is very simple. You've got the grey walls, white ceilings and timber floors. And then you start to layer it up with the bits and pieces, lovely mirrors. So these people enjoy design.
Yes.
I think there's a perfect balance between old and new in this house. And it's fantastic the way they've used the backdrop to create something so special.
Ooh.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, it's total contrast. Relieved, actually, it's really sharp.
You have the consistency of the architecture, but now the kitchen is really modern and sits so well in the space.
Personally, I think that island unit could have been pushed back a little bit more because this area just feels a little bit pinched.
Yeah, and there's loads of room in the kitchen.
I understand that it's obviously centred and it's to do with symmetry, but I still think...
Deirdre pushing back the island unit. It was in a perfect location.
Amazing folding doors.
Whoa, what a reveal. Oh, a formal dining room, amazing. I love the fact that the floor runs through.
I think how they've used the folding doors is really clever because it totally transforms these rooms, you know? This is a completely different room now, and they've actually really thought about how to interlink and connect rooms. It gives them great flexibility, which is great for a family.
And here we have their favourite spot. You've got this terrific view out into that amazing garden.
Yeah, and I like that, you know, when all of the doors are folded back, if you're sat here, you have a 360 view of the whole house.
This is a beautiful room. However, I'd like to have seen some of the character that we saw in that front room brought in here. A nice console table with some bits and pieces, a table lamp. I think it would have added another layer and intimacy to this room.
Well, I quite like it, actually. I think the style that we've seen in the kitchen and in that dining area is replicated in here, and I think it works well.
I actually did agree with you in the dining room. I think it needed that injection of personality and character that we'd seen elsewhere. Just would have heightened the whole experience of that room.
What a beautiful staircase. And it's floating off the wall. Great.
What a moment, you know.
It's like a minstrel's gallery. Declan, you could sing to Deirdre and I over dinner.
Perfect.
Look at this.
What a fantastic master bedroom.
Great carpet, lovely wall colours, like a taupe. So it's very warm. And then you get these pops of colour with the art.
Yeah, there's a saying there's nothing more luxurious than space, and they have it here in spades. Really nice, big, proportioned room. Love the 3 big windows and the deep-set timber detail.
And those curtains are to die for.
The bed kind of says it all, doesn't it? Because there's beautiful linen and that fantastic throw on top of it. It just says, dive in there and never get out.
Yeah. What I love is that the owners have been true to the architectural style. And that is consistent from top to toe. To this, they have added personality and character. I'm delighted to give this home a 9.
There is always a balancing act in achieving a certain style and making it feel homely, and the owners here have done that so very well. I give this home a 9.
From the moment you walked in, there was a great sense of grandeur. And there is a real eye for design in the use of colours and textures that really impressed me. What a dream home for this family.
Now that the judges have viewed all 3 homes, it's time to see how they measure up against each other. First, Hugh reveals what he gave the bungalow in County Wicklow.
This homeowner has made the extraordinary out of the ordinary. When you go through that door and you see the quality of design. I gave this home a 10.
Fantastic, Hugh.
That's an 8, 9 and a 10, which is 27.
Next, Declan tells us what he gave the family home in Kerry.
As soon as you stepped inside, they'd really celebrated that amazing location, and they'd really thought about that layout. That was very, very clever. But in the extension, I think they could have made a better connection with the garden. But overall, it's a great functioning family home, warm and inviting, and I gave it a 7. That's 2 7s and an 8, which is 22.
And finally, Deirdre gives her score for the Georgian-inspired new build.
This was quite a grand home, but yet very homely. Beautifully proportioned rooms, exceptional finishes throughout, and I gave it an 8.
Oh, I thought you were going to go higher, Deirdre.
So did I.
2 9s and an 8, which is 26.
1 point in it, and we have a winner.
So our bungalow in County Wicklow has made it through to the final.
It's fantastic to have such a unique home in the final.
A really modest bungalow that's turned into something quite special inside.
Yeah, it was all about the homeowner. Style, personality, flair. It's there in abundance. I'm thrilled.
Next week, the search continues for Home of the Year.